starring Lee Marvin.
Open the safe and don't try anything. You can call the cops anytime you want to. Okay, kid, let's go.
The wave of hit-and-run service station holdups by a motorcycle team had become the department's #1 problem. But after 3 weeks and 27 holdups, my boss and I were still looking for clue #1. My name is Frank Ballinger, Detective Lieutenant, M Squad, a special detail of the Chicago Police.
How's the gas station guy doing?
He's got a pretty bad gash on his head. It was the $340 that they stole from him that's giving him the real headache.
Well, did you get an identification on the 2 hold-up men?
Well, it tallies with the other service station jobs. 2 guys on motorcycles. They appear, they disappear.
You know, I don't think the newspapers are far wrong calling them the Phantom Raiders. Tell me something. How do you cover 3,500 service stations spread all over town?
Maybe you don't have to, huh? You know, I've been studying this before on the robberies. Now, if you'll notice, they always hit these service stations between rush hours. And if you'll notice again, they have never hit the same service station twice.
So?
So they haven't hit in the Wilton Heights area yet.
Oh, I don't know. You know, it'd take 30 cars to put a rolling stakeout on an area that big. I haven't got them in.
Well, any objections to me trying it?
Alone?
Well, I sort of got in here for the motorcycles, you know.
Well, I think you're wasting your time, but go ahead.
Thanks. I cruised the Wilton Heights area for the next 2 days. Nothing suspicious turned up. I began to feel my boss was right, that I was wasting time. But the Phantom Raiders weren't. I heard the motorcycles from quite a distance in a quiet neighborhood. I couldn't be sure of the direction, but I took a chance.
Can I help you? Yeah. Inside. Open her up. Come on. Come on, let's roll.
I'd lost the sound of the motors and had about decided that my ears were playing tricks on me. They were close now, just a block or 2 away.
You figure that was a cop, Joe?
He sure acted like one, but he didn't even give us a second look.
Well, I told you. You know, this gimmick's too much. They'll still be looking for us around this town after we've ditched the hot truck and moved on to another place.
Yeah, but I don't like the shooting. They can burn you for that.
Well, would you rather I let him shoot you? You let little Sally worry about it. They got nothing on us. And they never will have.
Phantom was just the word for those 2. I was right behind them, close enough to taste their exhaust fumes. And still, they had disappeared. The radio room told me to go back to the gas station, to check it over, and to wait for the lab crew. The intern didn't look happy. He said the station attendant was in bad condition. Carl. Look, why don't you have a dozen of these things made up? They'll probably be better than the fingerprints. The identification bracelet was the first real clue we had, and we covered the city in the next few days, searching for a lead to its owner. I was finally directed to a manufacturer. He remembered making up a half a dozen bracelets like it for a jeweler on Grant Place. Yeah, this looks exactly like the one we found. Who goes in for these?
Oh, there's this club. They call themselves the Spread Eagles. They got an emblem like this on the back of their leather jackets. It's a motorcycle club.
And they ordered 6 of those?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who this Bob M. might be?
No, Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, the young fellow who ordered was Robert Michaels. You know, maybe...
What's the address there?
1575 Osborne Place.
Okay, thanks a lot.
It looks like one Bobby had. He hasn't done anything, has he, Lieutenant?
Oh, nothing that we know of yet, Mrs. Michaels. Where's your son now?
Who knows where a boy goes? He never tells me. Ever since he got in with that motorcycle crowd. Well, you know what they're like.
Well, there's good and bad in every crowd. You know, I used to belong to a motorcycle club myself, and we never had any trouble. Does your son have a job now?
No. No, he was working in a service station, but they let him go about a month ago. A business dropped off.
A service station? Huh?
Oh, yes. He's worked in 3 or 4 stations. Bobby's a good mechanic and a good boy.
Is he out looking for a job now?
Oh, yes, of course.
Does he have a girlfriend?
I suppose so.
You suppose so?
Well, Sally isn't the kind of girl I'd want for a daughter. Flashy, that kind. Always hanging out at Joe's drag strip.
Joe's drag strip?
Yes, it's a bar. And Bobby can't see straight because of her.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Michaels. If anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you know. Is this yours, Bob?
Hey, where'd you get that?
Is it yours?
Well, sure. I guess I lost it.
You guess you lost it, huh?
Yeah. Hey, who are you?
Police.
What's the idea?
Armed robbery. This was found at a service station where a man was robbed and shot 2 days ago.
Well, I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's really not very complicated. Have you ever been to Harry's Super Service Station in Wilton Heights? Maybe looking for a job in the past couple of days?
No.
Then how did this get there?
I don't know. I don't have to tell you anything until I talk to a lawyer.
You can call a lawyer from headquarters. Now, let's go.
I told you I don't say anything until I see a lawyer.
Where'd you lose it?
Look, son, you don't have a record yet. You've never been in any kind of trouble.
What do you call this, fun time?
You're the one that's causing all the problems. You just told us where you lost
I
this
want a
bracelet.
lawyer.
All right, Dino, take him away.
You know, I don't think the kid's involved in those robberies.
Well, you won't let him go and put a tail on him?
No. No witness to identify anybody, no fingerprints. Just an ID bracelet and a girl named Sally.
Who's Sally?
I intend to find out. Look, will you hold the kid as long as you can? Because if he gets loose, he can follow me up, but good. Huh?
Okay.
Keep the change, huh? Nice place you got here.
We do all right.
Let's blow this creep joint, baby.
I haven't finished my drink yet.
Very nice. All I need now is a partner.
You move out, Buster, but quick.
I wasn't talking to you. Still 2 courses left.
That didn't impress me one bit. Now beat it before you're thrown out. There it is. My bracelet, the one the kid gave me. I did lose it in here. You see, you were worried about nothing.
I'm gonna...
Lenny! No, listen, we get mixed up in the knife thing and the whole thing goes down the drain.
Come on.
Lenny, put it away! You hear me? Now, you try another stunt like this and we're finished. I mean it.
Hi. Your friend plays it kind of rough, huh?
It didn't seem to frighten you, but it's no way to make friends. Relax and you get friends. No, you can't have everything you see.
The guy can try. You know, I don't even know your name. I'm Al. Al Wilson.
Hello, Al Wilson. I'm Sally.
I'd established myself as one of the boys at Joe's drag strip. The next morning, when I checked in an M squad, I knew we were on the right track. But I was still a long way from proving that Lenny Maston and Sally were connected with the holdups. We didn't know how far Bob Michaels was involved either, or just how much he was covering up. But I figured we had some ammunition now.
You, feeling any different this morning, Bob?
Look, this charge, accessory to robbery, it won't hold.
Your identification bracelet was found at the scene of a robbery. How did it get there?
I told you, I don't know.
I could tell you, but I think you already know. Maybe you don't realize it, Bob, but you are...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Sally. Lenny Maston's girlfriend. The girl that's been letting you think that you're making time with her so that she can use you.
You must think you're playing with kids trying a thing like that on me.
Look, boy, if you're involved in these robberies, you've got every reason to keep your mouth shut. But if you're not, you're the prize sucker of the year.
Look, you keep talking about robberies. I don't know anything about any robberies.
Okay, I'll lay it out for you. You want to know why Sally's been so chummy with you? Because you have worked for the 4 big gasoline station chains in town.
You knew all their schedules. when there was only one man in the office and just how much money was in the safe.
And she pumped you about those things. Didn't she? You've been their pigeon. You know, Bob, I wish you could see the two of them together when you're not around. Then you'd realize what a sucker you've been played for.
I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to say anything until I've seen a lawyer.
All right. You know, Frank, I think you hit it right down the line.
Yeah, he's a stubborn kid. He's got a fouled-up sense of loyalty.
That kind of loyalty can put him in prison.
Yeah. Maybe I better stop in at Joe's drag strip and see what else I can pick up on Sally and Maston.
I don't know. Taking an awful big chance leaving us two on the loose.
Come on, you know what had happened to us if we try to make a court case out of this with the evidence we've got. Just a couple of more days.
Okay. But remember, you're not playing with kids.
Positive, no, Sally?
I don't take chances. That's why I'm still around.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look, if you're worried about tomorrow, I can always try a new boy.
Well, I'm not breaking anything up, am I?
Nothing important.
Buy you a drink?
I buy the drinks around here. For her, too.
Come on, Lenny. Don't be so square.
You get lost, creep.
Joe, little setup?
Better grow up, Lenny.
You know, some guys bruise easy.
Not my kind.
I talked to your lawyer.
What lawyer?
Your mother got you a lawyer. Lawyer got a writ, so you're free to go.
What is this, some kind of trick or something?
No trick. Free to go out and make a fool of yourself again if you want to.
Thanks.
Take him down and check him out.
Yeah, but what do you do for excitement? Maybe you could show me where the excitement is, huh?
Well, look, if you're hot, keep away from me, because I don't have trouble.
Nobody knows me in Chicago, honey.
Al Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Don't go away. Thanks.
Hello, Frank.
Yeah.
Bob Michael's lawyer just sprung him, and I think he's headed in your direction. You better get out of there fast. If he sees you, you're dead.
Well, don't worry about it, huh? Right. We got a cut now, honey.
Hey, Al. Find some excitement? Thought you asked me to wait. You're not running out.
You know, something came up. Look, let me take a rain shot, huh? Bob, what are you doing here?
You know him? Why didn't you say so?
Look, I'm in Chicago a week, and the first guy I ran into was Bob. You know, I'll tell you something. Come on. You know, Bob, you could follow me up with guns.
Why shouldn't I?
Well, why not play along with me?
You mean double-cross my friends?
Believe me, Bob, you have no friends here. But if you don't trust me, you'll never know for sure, huh? Okay. Okay, Bob, it's nice to see you again. Check on you later, huh?
Hi, baby. Buy me a drink?
Sure. Sure. Joe?
Well, how do you know the kid hasn't told him who you are?
I don't, but that's a gamble we gotta take. But this is the page in the phone book that they were looking at.
Yeah, but you saw it from an angle.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. I saw the map, the ads, the whole setup of the page. And she was looking just about here in this column. next morning, we were in position. Men were posted throughout the area. We were all set to move as soon as we heard the motorcycles.
In the mic. Frank, do you read me?
I read you loud and clear, boss.
The man we had tailing Bob Michaels followed him to this neighborhood. He's driving a car. How do you figure it?
It beats me. Any sign of motorcycles?
Nope, not a thing. I'm staked out at the corner of Harrison and Wilton. You better cruise in this direction.
All right. This is Ballinger. I'm on the 1200 block of Gramercy. I hear motorcycles.
Yeah, we hear them too. Sound like they're around Fallbrook. Carter's cruising that area. You better close in.
Ballinger clear. Turned into an alley off of Fallbrook, and I don't know, I lost them. They disappeared. I can't even hear their motors anymore. Nothing in the alley but a truck. Hey, that's the same truck. All right, get down from there. Covered from all angles. Come on, get down. All right, get out of there. Come on. Get him out. Come on, go. You know, you could have gotten hurt pulling this out like that.
I don't like being played for a sucker. Thanks for straightening me out. I'll try and return the favor in court.
Sure. That was the end of the Phantom Raiders in Chicago. Sally and Matson got 10 years for armed robbery. There's nothing wrong about men on motorcycles if they obey the law, and most of them do, like Bob Michaels. I get a lot of satisfaction when I can straighten out a kid like him.
Squad. starring Lee Marvin.